Hello, well I told you I was going to be making a few more videos, so welcome back, and doing something a bit different this time. So I'm not on the river, it's a bit hot and the river's a bit low for that type of thing at the moment. So I'm on the local park lake, which is only, less than 5 minutes away from my back door. I'm fishing with my little boy here, who's holding the camera as ace cameraman tonight, on the video in a minute, but we've just come out after tea. It's 7:15. And we've got a single rod out and hoping it gets, we don't know what we're going to get. We might get a big roach, a big rudd, carp, tench, bream. We're just fishing a single piece of sweet corn. So welcome back, and with the magic of the internet again, I'll flip the camera around and we'll have a look at my tackle and show you what I'm using. Tommy. There he is, the young man himself, who hates looking at cameras. There we go. Anyway. This is the rig that I'm using. Really simple. Light lead, quick chain swivel, anti-tangle sleeve, 15-pound Fox Camo mono hook length, size 6 wide gape hook, single piece of real sweet corn. Simple as that. There we go. Travelled light tonight. A few pellets, because if I use sweet corn as a bit of loose feed, all the coots go crazy. Look, there they are. Just zoom in. There's a whole army of juvenile coots in this swim, and they drive me nuts. But if I feed a single piece of sweet corn on the hook and some, what size are they? 6mm halibut pellets as feed. That always does the trick. It's a lovely swim. I've had some cracking fish off here over the years, and as I say, it's 4 minutes door to door. So from my back door to this swim is only 4 minutes, and it's a lovely lake. It's called Drinkwater Park Lake in Prestwich. It's part of one of our club's waters, and it goes all the way up there. This is only a tiny bit of the lake. It's in 2 parts. One day I'll get a drone footage of it and you can see what it's like. It's quite shallow and disappears in there into a jungle, which is also some really good swims. But it's 7 o'clock and we're going to stay till half past 9. I think it'll be Tommy's bedtime, and let's see what we can do. Yeah, so there's no, I'm not bothered with any alarms or anything. You don't really need it. It's just a very simple. Oh, that was no good. Do one more. See, I've come back under the mood now. Always happens, isn't it? Hey, this is how you do it.
Need a new take.
I don't need it. I need a new brain, I think. There we go. Get rid of that. That's not where the bait was. There's a little clear patch out here because I feed this swim so often. That'll do. But just fish a slap. We're not bothered with an alarm on a night like this. We'll just fish a fairly slack line and the bait runner, and that's all we need. And the slack line allows me to just present the line on the bottom. So the main line sort of sinks down and lies on the bottom. You don't really need a back lead or anything like that. Otherwise they get a bit spooked. Anyway, let's see how we do. There we go. So this is my tackle box for the evening. A bit of a mess. Let's say we've got these 6mm pellets as feed. Corner hook bait. Look at that, matching maize scissors. We've got a little pop-up rig on stiff fluoro. What the rigs we got hiding around? Oh yeah, look, triple corn pop-up. If we start getting plagued by small fish, I put that on. And it defeats the small fish and still presents a bait to the bigger ones. Hooks, corn stops. Various bits of rig line, tungsten beads, and that's it really. Hook stops, line, say little bait hook, bait thread up, and that's it. Don't really need a lot, do we, for an evening out? So I love this spot. As I keep saying, it's only 5 minutes from my back door. And over the years I've had some crackers, so we'll see what we're going to have tonight. See if I can finally get a double figure tench from this lake. The biggest I've had is 8, which is not bad for a public park lake in North Manchester. It's a lovely place. Now, as you can see, this peg here is right next to the public footpath, so we get mithered by dogs all the time and walkers. Have we caught anything yet? Blah de blah de blah. But over on the opposite bank there, I've actually made a peg. I'm just too lazy to go over there and fish on that side. But I'm going to fish this location now, maybe a week solid while the rivers are very low, and just see what I can get. And we'll obviously report back every time we come and every time we catch a fish, just to say hello. But I reckon it's going to be an interesting week, and it'll make it an interesting weeks long YouTube video that will probably only last about 10 minutes. But hey ho, let's just see if we catch anything. It's a lovely evening to be out. These young coots are busy. This young man is busy on his phone, look, watching rubbish, hiding it straight away. That's what young boys do. Hide the phone, Dad. You're not seeing what I'm looking at. But look, there's the sun, just there, slowly dropping. And he's kicked my. I thought I had a bite then. Did you see that? He kicked my rod with his foot. He said, "Ooh, look, cheeky." He kicked my rod. It's just balanced there. Can you see near it? I hate sitting on that thing. I'm too big. I'm 6'4". My bum's too big for that little stool. But it's handy. It's Aldi special. But it's handy for carrying a bit of stuff down. There we go, look, the sun's dropping. We've been here 45 minutes so far and not a touch, but that's sort of like slightly expected. Plenty of surface activity from small fish. Maybe a few jacks and perch chasing fry around, but as yet nothing on that single piece of corn. Plenty of time. It's school holidays. You don't have to be up, do you? Tomorrow morning, you have a nice lie-in.
Psych!
Shh! Shout out. We'll stay till it goes dark. Whew. So I've made it through the undergrowth to my peg for tonight. Well, tonight, this morning. And you can see in the previous video, I was sitting over there, fishing into that hole here. And I think the fish have got a good view of you. So I tend to be a bit shy, so today there's a lot of weed in between me and that hole, so they're not going to see me. I'm going to fish, let me just zoom in, into, where's my finger, that hole there. Same rig, same setup, single rod. Sit down nice and quiet, mind my own business and have a lovely relax. But isn't this a lovely lake? Look at that. It's absolutely lovely. Right behind my house, aren't I lucky? Right then. The next time I'm going to speak is either when I'm on my way home with tears running down my cheeks as I've been a blanker, or when I'm gurning with a fish for the camera. So let's see. I think most of you know me already know what the answer to that's going to be. Hey ho, see you in a minute. So I've had a couple of blanks. It's now Wednesday evening, so the last time I fished was Sunday evening. Where's my finger? Look at that, right under my finger there, where that white, just there, is Mr. Carp. Let's see if we can go in any clearer. Can you see his tail? Look at that, there it is. On Sunday evening I put in probably a kilo of 6mm pellets and half a pint of hemp. And then my intention was to come back and fish on Monday evening, Tuesday evening. That hasn't happened because of domestic trouble with school holidays, children, wives, arrangements, parents, also. Look at that turning around, he's going to look at me in a minute. So it's now Wednesday, it's 6 o'clock, I'm going to fish till dark. Slight change of setup, I'm going to fish a PVA bag. So instead of reining a load of bait in there now, with fish in the swim, look at that, right in the spot, it's a good fish that as well. So instead of reining a load of bait right in the spot, I've got some very small PVA bags. Size 8 barbless hook, the Fox Fleck camo line. Let's get set up nice and quietly. A small lead, drop it in. Fingers crossed, because if you can see one, there's always 2 or 3 underneath that you can't see. But there we go, there's proof that they exist. It's not got a huge number of fish in this water. It's not what you call a runs water, and you have to work for them a little bit. But I suppose half the battle is getting the fish where you want them to be. And there, ta-da! No, it's a bit blurry, and I apologise, is what we want. So again, I'm fishing the opposite side from the public footpath. It's a bit of a jungle, look at that. There's my kit. Bag, tent, chair, 2 rods, landing net. I'm going to very quietly sit back and tackle up. We'll have 1 rod, well, 1 lead right there, bang on that carp's nose, and another one just here in the margin to the side of this tree. We'll see how we do. Oh, I can't wait. You know what that means when you say, oh, I can't wait. You know what's going to happen. And I've got a bit of stuff to do as well before I get a line in, because when I came down on Sunday, I got absolutely eaten alive by mosquitoes. So I've got some mosquito repellent put on, I've got some bivvy to get put up, because it's actually, even though you can't see it there, it's raining. You can't really see it on the camera, it doesn't show it, but it's chucking it down with rain. That special type of Manchester rain, the really thin sort of weedy drizzle that gets you. So I'll set myself up and I'll get fishing. There we go, can't wait, see you in a minute, or as always, see you later on when I've blanked. The tears rolling down my face again. There we go, and we've had the first little bit of success. A fish in the net. Just spinning the right, it's quite a nice one as well, can you see? Look at that. Lovely. Come on, just, there's my hand for size. I reckon, I will weigh it because I've got some scales in the bag. Lovely fat common, been eating all my pellets. Let's let it go. Look at that. I'm not going to hold it up because it's just me. But it's proof I can catch a fish at last. The bait runner sang. It's 8 o'clock. I've got another hour and a half of fishing, but look at that. I reckon. Oh, low double. We'll soon find out. I'll weigh it and I'll let you know in a minute. There we go, I did weigh it. It's exactly 5 kilos. Terrified I'm going to drop my phone in the lake here. Look at that. Happy with that. So what's that, £12, isn't it? Thereabouts 5 kilos. Let's let him go. Off we go. Look at that. Happy days. And it's chucking it down again. But once there we are, I can take off my Blankers hat. But I'm quite pleased with that. Lovely common. So I've just been, you can see there, I've just been sat in my little pop-up day shelter. Oh, I'm rubbish with cameras. There we go. It's 8 o'clock. It was a I tell you, it's a lovely sound when your bait runner spins off. But, right then, let's tackle up. That was on a PVA bag. I'm going to show you what I was using. PVA bag, size 8 hook, and one of these little Sonia Baits krill 8mm pellets. Happy with that. Anyway, not happy days, happy evening, and let's see if we'll catch another. There now. So it's 8:45 and still chucking it down. Not had any more action in the last 45 minutes, but something's made me laugh. which hopefully will make you laugh too. But I just realised I tried to hair rig these pellets originally and I just couldn't manage it. And I couldn't figure out why, because they kept on slowly, well not slowly, but quickly disintegrating. And they were a bit softer than I thought they should be, so I ended up having to band them on, which I don't mind, and obviously it works. But then, look at this, hang on. There they are, that's what I've used. Now if we go in, look at the price of that, $1.99. When was the last time Sonia Bates pellet hose? $1.99. These must be about 5 years old at least. But never mind, I hate throwing things away because I know I'm going to always use them in the end. But that just made me smile a little bit, so I thought I'd share it with you. I've got dozens of pots of bait in my fishing tackle storeroom, all like that I need to use up. So just tickled me a little bit that I finally caught a fish on these 5-year-old pellets. So unlike other people I know who don't like throwing things away in the fridge, I'm not mentioning any names, but I've been in someone's house recently. I opened the fridge and there was not a chance I was going to eat anything out of that fridge or have a cup of tea in that house, because they obviously do not like throwing food away. But hey ho, that's the way some people are. Right then, it is 8:45. I've realised that I've forgotten my head torch, so I've probably got another half an hour to 45 minutes maximum. We'll see how we get on, and then I will come back at some point in the next few days and we'll have another go and see what else we can catch. Probably more carp, but nice to catch a tench. I'm sitting in I'm not getting out. It's strashing it down. Look at that, it's a nice setting, isn't it? A wet mat and the scales next to it. Happy days. See you all in a little bit. So here I am, a glutton for more punishment. I've got my rods, I've got my Aldi rucksack on, my landing net. I live at the top of that hill there. Doesn't look... Video sort of like foreshortens everything. It makes it look as though it's not that much of a hill at all, but believe me, it is. Phil won't walk this way anymore. He calls it Heart Attack Hill, and for good reason too. It's like a fitness challenge, and the gravel's loose on the path. It's a really poor path, poor footpath. So now my Phil's in his 70s, early 70s we'll call you Phil, not mid, early 70s. He just refuses to go up that way. So hang on, he likes to walk along the main path, that way, along the flat. But this is where we're going to go. I'll give you a little tour of the lake before I sit down and fish this swim for what's going to be the last time for a while, so I don't mind showing you guys where it is that I'm fishing, because I'm going perching on Sunday with Filippo, my good pal, and then I'm off abroad for a couple of weeks with the family, summer holidays. So now in a minute, you can't see the lake here, it's actually in there on the right, and we're going to come to the first swim, which I'm going to stop at and you can have a look, and that's the swim I usually fish. So either from this side, which is the shortest walk and the shortest swim to my house, or more recently from the far bank, which you'll see. Now then, are there any fish in the swim? No, but there is a big pink thing over there. Look at that, someone's dropped in a pink bottle. Now where that pink bottle is the centre of the swim, and that's where I'm going to fish, but from that side. But seeing as though we can, I'm going to have a walk round. Now that's where I'm going to fish from, the opposite bank, for the next 3 hours. See, over there, that's where I hide myself over there. I'll have a fish, 2 rods, one in the margin, one in the middle. I mean, it's only, what, sorry, It's only 15 metres all the way from one side to the other. So when you say one in the margin and one in the middle, it's not that much. But look, here we go. It's a lovely lake, this. Here's a swim that Phil Mees, who's currently in hospital. So if you're watching Phil Mees in hospital, if you're having your knee operation, this is another cracking swim that's always dragged out. So we're at the back part of Drinkwater Park. If you're looking at it on the internet, it's the northern part, because the lake's in two sections. It's one lake, and it's sectioned off by a bridge. The main part of the lake is obviously far more open. This is what we call the island, but it's not an island. The back section is far more overgrown, and the front section far more open. So that's the north part of the North Lake. This is the, look at this, see, you can see it's like a promontory into the lake. This is the southern part. We just disturbed a fish down there. This is the southern part of the North Lake. And in a minute we'll walk round and have a look. It's a lovely place, isn't it? Look at that old tree there, I love it. And in a moment we'll walk round, but we'll walk round through the trees on this back section of the lake. There's a peg there on the far bank, a nice big one. There's a peg here. Can you see where the rod tips are pointing at, directly opposite me? And then there's nothing until you get to my peg, which is right at the back over there. And I like fishing right at the back because there's no walkers, there's nobody asking me if I've caught anything yet. There's no dogs, uncontrolled dogs, or off the lead dogs crashing into my fishing tackle. And that's the way we go. So I'll turn off for a second and I'll show you when we get to the bridge. I'll have a quick look at the main lake and then I'll show you when I get back to my peg. See you in a minute. So here we go, this is the main body of the lake we're coming to now. It's a public park lake, and sometimes, to be quite honest with you, it can be a bit of a circus. There's lots of kids off the estate come and fish it, which we welcome, because why wouldn't we want people to come fishing? There we go, it's quite a big lake. In total it's about 3 acres. Oh, just disturbed fish there. There's a few swims that have been raked, as you can see, have been raked. And there's a good antisocial behaviour. There's a good head of carp in there, but a lot of them do hang around in the main lake. The main lake itself is very, very weedy. I don't know if... Oh, there's a disturbing fish out there. Let's zoom in. Won't let me. There's plenty of fish out there. However, if you want to get the most out of it, you have to know what you're doing, to be honest with you. It's not an easy water, it's not a maintained commercial fishery. It's very, very weedy. It's chod rigs, it's raking your own swim. It's particles for a week to clear the spot before you come and fish. There's a lot of coots there, can you see the coots? To be quite honest with you, they're a pain in the neck, but they're also your friend. You feed those coots and they'll clear a spot for you. But there's some cracking fish in here. And it's a free ticket on the Salford Friendly Anglers, so it's free to join, free to fish. The way it should be in a public park lake. No one has to pay to walk a dog, no one has to pay to go bird watching or cycling. Why should you pay to go fishing in a public park lake? But isn't it a lovely spot? So, as I say, I'm going on my holidays. I'm doing a trip in the centre of Manchester at the weekend. This is my last visit for a couple of weeks now. Off to on my holidays, we've got holiday fishing as well with the family. And then when I come back, I'm going to do a bit of a mix up between fishing the river in September for big, and I'm talking big, wild brown trout, and a few sessions on here. But I'll come on the main lake and show you the difference between this beautiful main lake and the back lake, which is back up this path. But you can look it up on can Google Maps it and you can see the lake's in two parts and have a look. It's a lovely place and I like it. So happy days. Right, I'll get set up and we'll have a catch up. Look at that little family of swim raiders. Where I missed with the pellets. And the pellets were sitting on top of the lilies. They've all had a good dinner. Well, I'm glad they're going in that direction. So again, let's go zoom back out. Near swim, where are we? There. Far swim, right over there. Let's see how we get on. Look at that, can you see I've got a visitor? Here we go. Be quiet, I'll just whisper. Got a lovely deer come to see me in the swim. Lovely little roe deer. Sorry for whispering. I'm going to stand up and film it. They'll run off quite quickly, I think. There we go. Back to the fishing. He's watching me. He says, have you caught anything yet? And the answer is, I had one the other day, but nothing today. It's a bit rubbish. And here we go. The light's on me. Sadly not with another fish. So I had 4 sessions. I've only had 4 sessions. All of them's been 3.5 hours long. And just had the one fish, but what a lovely fish it was. Anyway, that's enough now of Drinkwater Park Lake for a while. I'm going to go fishing in the next video. You'll see me fishing on the drop shot for perch in the centre of Manchester on the canals. And then coming up, I've got a trip to Portugal. That's going to be nice, isn't it? So a bit of species hunting, LRF, travel rod, and see what goes on. But thanks for joining me again. It's been good fun. It was a beautiful common, that, wasn't it? And then we've seen plenty of kingfishers. We've seen that fawn, the roe deer fawn, and the baby moorhens. Can't go wrong. Better than watching telly going out fishing, isn't it? Anyway, speak to you soon. Thanks for watching.